Ma'am, kindly unmute yourself as we started the recording. Kindly unmute yourself and share the screen now.
Is my screen visible, ma'am? Is it visible? Am I audible? Okay.
Yes, it's visible and you're audible, ma'am. Please continue.
Greetings from Welham Girls School, Dehradun to everybody. I'm happy to share our learning during the entire phase of the Green Your School program. It has made a marked difference in the lives of students and created a shift in their mindsets as they now talk sustainability in all walks of life. And currently, we are in the process of implementing our green school ideas, sustainable ideas on campus. And we are going to showcase it during our Founders Day celebration, where we have a larger community of parents and guests from all across the globe also to come and visit us and see how we are executing and implementing our ideas. So when we began our journey, we were pretty confused. We didn't know how to go about it, but Green Your School program organizers had shared an outline with us and a set of guidelines that made it very easy for us to just follow. It was like hand holding. And whenever we had any issues, we always could call up, Zoya, and she would guide us through it all. So uh, this is our school. The guidelines gave us some outlines. So we were supposed to prepare a presentation with our thoughts and ideas and our proposals. And we categorized it as per the guidelines given. We talked about the school, about the team that we had of 3 students and a teacher. We also showcased the green ideas that we were already implementing in our school. And then we went about proposing our 10 sustainable ideas along with the budget proposal. So we began with our slides, just presenting our school, the vision and mission of our school, which right now we are, geared up because of the Green Your School program. We are the embodiment of the change that we wish to see around us. So Green Your School program, really, the principles of it has inspired us to walk the change, personally ourselves. So we wrote a bit about our school, and we highlighted what all we do in school and that we uphold Indian culture and values in our school. The team comprised of a grade 9 student and 2 class 10 students, Manini, Navya, and Anjani Sodhi. And we began first surveying our campus to see what are the green features that currently our school had incorporated and we could boast about, which were not many, but still we went about taking pictures and documenting our findings. And the green campus initiatives we found were like we had a rich species diversity on campus, and we did a bit of biodiversity mapping, and around 250 species of plants and trees were available. And we have a success story of an auditorium that is without pillars, where Allahabad engineers, helped us create this metallic structure on top, which does not require any pillars to support the roof. And we use solar panels especially for our kitchens and for the outside lighting at night. And we have underground water reservoirs. We have taps with sensors. We label our trees to encourage children to be conscious of the biodiversity around them. We have recharge trenches, bore wells, and dig wells, and we realized we were using bajri as the soil mulch, which was intercepting the speed of rain that fell, and the splash effect was cut down and soil erosion was lessened. And we use the dual flush system and other initiatives. Like we can boast about, we are in the heart of the city of Dehradun, and we do not rely much on the municipal water corporation for our water needs. And we have an underground water storage capacity of around 6 lakh liters, and we tap rainwater for that. So rainwater harvesting, having these catchment areas around, help us a lot. We tide through those seasons of the year where there is water scarcity all around us, but we have enough water on our campus to support around 650 resident people, as we are a residential school. We also have bird clubs, nature clubs. We call it the Eco Tadpole Club. Our children, in line with sustainability principles, you have the three pillars of sustainability where we talk about people, planet, and profit. So we children engage in a lot of community outreach programs, and as part of the SUPW as well. And they visit old people's homes or places where we keep physically challenged people or disability centers. They interact with children. They give off their time. They teach children in slum areas or the street schools that we have. They even go on river cleaning drives around the campus. A very interesting thing that they do is that we join hands with an organization called HESCO, which is the Himalayan Environmental Studies and Conservation Organization, under the leadership of Dr. Anil Joshi, who is an environmentalist. And students have a chance to go and live for a week or more in the villages and join hands with HESCO, which is already a core support group for SEED, which is the Department of Science and Technology, which looks after agriculture, horticulture, and energy needs of villages. So children, take part in, building water retention walls or building public toilets, because that was one need that the villages suffer from. But thanks to the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, now we have public toilets or community toilets built up in these remote areas as well. And then there's the children help to build biodigester plants or help in gardening or planting a vegetable garden, and also interact with villagers and learn to appreciate the local culture and cuisines. Students also have, the present generation children are actively engaged in reaching out to the larger community through social initiatives and self-ventures that they undertake. These are some of them. Then you can also check the school website to see in the past 2 years, so many self-ventures have come forth. The students have reached out to a larger community with their initiatives. And in line with also our school motto, that is Artha Shanta Phala. That means you use your education for the upliftment of the poor and the needy. As far as physical and mental well-being is concerned, lots of any boarding school would do that anyways. A lot of sports activities is very essential. We also drive in eco-sensitivity amongst our students. We celebrate the Wildlife Week, and we have a lot of mushrooms on campus, and recently we built our own fungarium and identified around 40 varieties of fungi on campus. These are some of the co-curricular activities that you can see. And then we moved ahead, the three students and myself, all of us sat down and the students researched a lot. And then we were supposed to put up 10 sustainable ideas. 3 of them had to be related specifically to health and hygiene. And so our first idea was for a sustainable fitness renewable energy gym. The idea is to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. And right now, our students are executing this plan. And they really researched about it and of how to go about it as well. So we have non-motorized treadmills, we have gym cycles, normal cycles, which the students currently, at the moment for their exhibition, they're going to, open up and attach some DC and AC motors, AC converters. And the idea is basically to, at least 200 watt of energy can be generated, and students can, put on the fans, the music system, they can have charging ports and all of it. But the only thing that they figured out was that if all these energy equipment worked continuously for 4 hours, then we will have 1 hour of an electricity backup for most of the appliances that could work. Even the fan electricity, or any plug-in devices can be worked upon. So the next one was in the area of sustainable food. We do have a system of canteen which gets operational, twice or thrice a month. But we realized that every Sunday students were ordering tuck from outside, and we have around 550 students on campus. And if you see, each child is going to order 2 packets of chips, a packet of biscuit, a packet of chocolate, and 2-3 cold drink bottles. So the amount of plastic waste and all these wrapper waste that is going to be generated was humongous, and we didn't know what to do about it. And it would just be chopped and it would end up in the landfills. And then we realized it's not healthy food as well. So what can we as student community do? So students researched, and then they came up with this idea that how about if we have air fryers and we have our French fries. Children really love French fries. They said, we'll use less oil and we'll conserve electricity, and we will not have aerated drinks, which are not healthy for us and have a lot of chemicals in it. So they decided to use cold drink dispensers or juice dispensers instead. And so while we were making these slides, we were weighing the pros and cons, and we were also, listing all the benefits that we will have if we take a step like this. And you also kept a budget. We decided where this will be operational, either in the home science lab or in a cafeteria, which was newly built for us. And though we do not have a cafeteria system, but yes, just to please the children once in a while to have their kind of food, but this will be a healthy version of it. So this was one. Then another problem that we face is that we have to do a lot of fogging during the rainy season or during the summer months, when there's a lot of mosquitoes around and there's dengue is rampant. So after a lot of research, and we figured out some of the students had very bad allergies coming up due to mosquito fogging. Um, it could be breathing issues, or it could be skin allergies that would erupt. So they felt that these are neurotoxins and we need to do something about it. So we researched about these many plants, and right now we've started with rosemary, lemongrass, garlic, citronella. So we are trying to plant more and more of these all across the campus, outside the dormitory areas, and we are, time will tell whether we were able to, ward off mosquitoes, because these are supposed to be mosquito repellent plants. Then our next step was 7 sustainable ideas that we proposed. One of them was upcycling, giving clothes a conscience. We are recycling, repurposing, and reinventing old clothes. And this was a very, very interesting idea. And we reached out to Ms. Amrit Bharat, who runs Project Purkul, and we invited her in. And we explained to her that all of the students, when they outgrow their uniform, and because we do not use colored clothes on campus, so around the 7-8 months the students are on campus, right through the year they outgrow their clothes, and then there's volumes of these clothes, and we would not know what to do with them. And even if you distribute it, they are part of a uniform. So what do we do about it? And that's where we came across the concept of circular economy, where we can, upcycle these clothes into, using the crazy patch technique that you see over here, making cushion covers, making tote bags, or any other articles of utility, even hairbands and scrunchies and cushion covers. And they are right now working at this project, and they will be showcasing their stuff during our founders exhibition. Um, Another interesting project that we took up last year was this pollinator garden concept. We collaborated with one more school, Maria's Public School in Guwahati, with Dr. Vishwajit there. In our campus, what students did was the teachers had to download apps on their mobile, and there are iNaturalist or iButterflies or citizen science apps are there. And I try to identify the pollinators in that local area, like butterflies and bees. And once they identified these species, they had to document these species and study more about them, about their likes and dislikes. And thereafter, they created a blueprint design for a pollinator garden, where there were 2 patches of the garden that were demarcated. One patch had nectar plants for the pollinators, to feed the pollinators. And initially, the students even tried to, cut some kind of fruit peels or bananas and stuff, as just to attract the pollinators towards that patch. And the second patch was where these host plants were planted. And so we identified, as per the pollinators, what kind of host plants would they require to lay their eggs. So these 2 patches of garden were side by side. And that was an interesting project. And you can see the benefits that this brought about. And a lot of learning, of course. The next project that we are right now executing is aquaponics. So last year, we started off experimenting with hydroponics. And this year, we have just begun. We got an aquarium, and on the principles of nitrogen fixation, the mineral waste, the ammonia waste that comes off from the fish tank, has to be diverted through a motor into the hydroponics area where you can grow. We thought it would be nice, post COVID, everybody's interested in a bit of growing their own vegetables and stuff. So we thought students would love to do that on campus, and the kitchen would also get lots of fresh produce. So we tried hydroponics last year, but this year we are clubbing it with the fisheries, where the ammonia waste will be converted into nitrates. Nitrates is what the plants require for growth. So using nitrifying bacteria, it's part of the nitrogen cycle that will take its course. So we're doing that. The next one is energy efficient building, which is really, really interesting because this was one project that children were really excited about and they had not heard about it. And because being in Dehradun Valley, our school basically has these rooftops that are 10 rooftops that are slanting with an attic. So whether it's on top of the academic block or on top of the offices or on top of the dormitory areas, they studied the roof structure, and then they came across with this concept of radiant barriers. And I would like to explain this properly to everybody because this is such a smart and such an exciting project that we came across. How do radiant barriers work, and what is radiant heat actually? The sun emits a lot of radiant heat, and this heat basically travels at the speed of light until it is absorbed by the roots. Now, next, once it is absorbed by the roots radiate a lot of heat across. You can see the pilfering of the heat into the attic, and that heats up the house below. So radiant heat basically is the transfer of heat by non-contact. That means heat from one object goes to another without touching. So for example, if you put your hand a couple of inches away from a hot iron, eventually your hand is going to get hot even without touching the iron. And this is radiant heat. So anything that gets hot will emit radiant heat. Different products will absorb or reflect heat at different rates, and this is called reflectivity of a product. Higher the reflectivity, less radiant heat it absorbs. Essentially, the object will stay cooler. So most roofing products are great at absorbing radiant heat, and for example, a dark colored roof can easily catch 71 degrees on a hot summer day. And once this happens, the roof starts emitting radiant heat, just like the iron that I told you about. And the insulation, which was supposed to keep the heat away, starts to heat up just like the hand next to the iron. And that could reach up to 52 degrees. This could happen even in lower temperatures. You'd be surprised that even when temperature is supposed to be supposedly low outside, you sometimes might have to step up your air conditioner in the afternoons because it gets hot. Therefore, when we install a radiant barrier directly on top of the attic, you can see here the radiant barrier on top of this attic area. Um, Directly on top of the attic insulation, the radiant heat from the roof is reflected back. You can see the sun ray falling here, and the heat is reflected back by this surface. So less heat in the attic insulation will make the house comfortable and more energy efficient. So top surface temperature will be close to outside temperature. So pure aluminum has a relatively high reflectivity rating of 97%. Next to it, it reflects virtually all the radiant heat. Only silver and gold reflect more. Silver is 98% and gold is 99%. So aluminum is really good. So for example, if you take a hot iron and you put your hand a couple of inches away and see how long it will take for you to pull your hand off. So next, if you take a regular piece of kitchen foil, so students actually did that. They took a piece of kitchen foil and they placed it between the iron and the hand, and they realized that they could keep the hand for a longer duration without feeling the impact of the heat, because the foil was actually reflecting 97% of the heat. And you can try this yourself, and instead of the aluminum foil, you can place a piece of wood, and you can see how the wood will end up absorbing the heat because the wood represents the attic. We kept budgeting our items, and that was we were pretty not very smart at budgeting for various things, but most of the things we felt if we can manage ourselves without spending money, that would be better with whatever resources we had. So we kept the budget kind of low. Next was vermicomposting. Everywhere, especially in a place like Dehradun, which has a lot of greenery around, we have tons and tons of leaf litter that every day has to be discarded, and it ends up in the landfill because the municipal corporation has to specially send a truck and we load all of the leaf litter, and it is such plays such havoc. And if you look at it, it is actually it can turn into, a very rich fertilizer. But where is the space to keep tons and tons of leaf litter every day? And then we came up with this smart idea. The children proposed. They said, "Ma'am, what if we have a leaf shredding machine? Because and we have a composting done of the leaf litter normally would take 7 to 8 months to compost. Now here we're going to speed up the process to maybe a month or 2 months, and we get rich fertilizer ready for us. So right now, it's so exciting that we are right now busy designing our leaf shredder machine, which doesn't look like this. It's the same concept of how your mixer grinder in the kitchen would work. So this structure looks like that. But we are planning to use a 2 horsepower motor and a 3-phase power point and a feed hopper. And the very good thing about the 3-phase power point would be that when through the feed hopper, and the thing would come into the rotatory blades, we have a big mix of wet leaves and dry leaves both. And sometimes it would get caught entangled in the blades of the machine. So the 3-phase power point and the 2 horsepower motor would ensure that the waste can come out of the hopper in the reverse direction. So it will never get entangled in the blade. So we are working on that right now. The students are really excited. And so our burden on the landfill is definitely going to be reduced, and we will produce mulch at a very fast rate, which can be used on our campus. Another exciting thing that we would do is books and stationery inventory, because end of the year, we would discard a lot of books and stationery items. So we decided, why not we have a kind of a room with lots of shelves around, and whatever is left over, whatever stationery you don't want to use again, children get bored of their stationery items and they sometimes want to have new ones, but then what to do with the ones which are in really good condition? So they would have shelves, dedicated shelves for each item, and would go and keep stuff there, and we'll have an inventory of sorts, and any student in the middle of the day, any time of the year, would want some loose papers or some extra stationery item, would just go sign up and pick up and use. So we don't end up throwing all of it, but we utilize this. And right now, students have also made their own decal and mold. Decal and mold is for paper mache. So they are using a paper shredding machine, and then they shred it further, they soak it up, and they make their own paper mache. And the upcycling project is making covers for the little diaries and notebooks that they're going to make. And you can see the students here making the carry bags and putting a seal of the school there, because this is handmade paper out of the waste paper generated, which is going to save scores and scores of trees. The last project that I'm on is a sewage treatment plant, which is something that only the school authorities can take up. But we really felt, and yes, the school authorities have taken a big step, because even the government asks for schools to have a sewage treatment plant. So we did propose a budget, but the school has taken care of it, because all the sewage from all the areas of our campus have been diverted to a particular area, and a place is demarcated. So it's a good start. And this is what the budget proposal looked like. And most of the projects are already, I told you, we are already working on those projects this year. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Ms. Swanshri. It was a very nice presentation, and mainly the importance that you gave to the biodiversity and green measures associated with it is very appreciated. And also the community outreach programs and social initiatives that you have come up with that encourage the kids to understand what they have to deliver to the society also. That is also very nice. And some initiatives like sustainable food and pollinator garden and aquaponics, and the analysis that you have done for all these initiatives or the implementations is very appreciable. Thank you so much for sharing this presentation. It will give a lot of ideas to the participating schools also to come up with more innovative ideas. And today we are concentrating concentrating more on the innovations. See, definitely energy conservation, waste management, and water conservation, and maintaining a sustainable landscapes. All these are, already covered in the previous presentations and previous webinars. But we feel that more innovative activities or innovative ideas has to emerge, or they have to present more of innovative thoughts through the presentation. So today we are concentrating more on the innovative ideas that the previous schools had come up with. All the previous winning schools, or the schools of the top 8 list had come up with. So let me share the screen. Let us look into the ideas that they have come up with. So in the part 8 webinar, again, we want to give an introduction on green school rating system as well. So, what is a green school? Again, a green school is one which addresses health and hygiene of children, conserves natural resources, uses less water, optimizes energy efficiency, and generates less waste as compared to a conventional school. So, a green school and a conventional school, in terms of, they look similar, but it differs with the functionality. All the green implementations and all will come up here. And the ideology of green school is basically to seed the principles of green and the sustainable implementations at a very tender age to the students, and to improve the quality of life by the school providing good daylight ventilation, cross ventilation, and hygiene and drinking water, healthy food and hygiene toilets and all to the students, or to all the end users in the school, and improve building performance where the energy savings are saved up to 30 to 50, and water savings come up to 20 to 30%. And definitely infrastructural facilities that the school provide, and writing desks, sitting benches, lights and fans, facilities for physical activities, and health and well-being should be contained in a green school. So the main mission of IGBC Green School Initiative is basically to provide to facilitate transformation schools in India to green schools. So these are few of the schools which are certified by IGBC and under green school rating system. About 160 schools got registered and certified by IGBC, and we are aiming for more schools to come up and take up the green measures which are made by the green school rating system and get certified. So it has been launched on 4th September 2014, nearing to 10th year. And the benefits of green school, definitely the performance of the students and also the building will be improved. The pedagogy with science and art of education is seen, where eco-sensitivity is both a passion and science, and children get sensitized to environmental aspects at a very tender age. And coming to the community, definitely they end up, as Miss Vanshree also has mentioned in her presentation, that there are many community activities where the students are going to the community, or to any village, and making works, staying there for a longer time, at least about a week and 10 days, and they are engaging in community activities to green up that particular location and all, which is definitely helps to educate the greater community. And responsibility, a sense of responsibility towards an environment will be imparted at a very young age to the kids. So the certification levels is of 4 levels. So certified level, silver, gold, and platinum. So this rating system is applicable both for existing and new schools, whereas for the new schools, at least 95% of the construction has to be finished. As a holistic approach to sustainability, following are the factors which are addressed through the green school rating system: site selection and planning, sustainable water practices, conserving and harvesting energy, and eco-friendly school material, and health and well-being, indoor environmental quality, and green education. So in the previous webinars, we have already covered about waste management, water conservation, energy conservation, and sustainable landscapes and all. So now we'll be looking into the innovative ideas that the previous school has. So why do a kid need innovative thinking? So definitely innovative thinking help the kid or the child to express creativity, see new opportunities, and develop problem solving skills which are so essential in their life. And this has been taken as a part of the curriculum to make sure that their thinking capacity increases, and they also make sure that they come up with more emerging innovative ideas. So innovation is definitely an important skill. They can, they can solve the problem. They can be more creative, and also they can adapt. They become adaptive to the conditions, to the challenges and the opportunities that they see, and also the mental growth will be definitely improved, and they will, they see the mental growth through the challenges, innovative problem solving, equality, balance, and spatial relationships. And social skills, the social skills like communicating, like problem solving, everything, like they can be more innovative in improving the social skills also. So there are different ways to help children develop innovation, that is to encourage curiosity, encourage children to ask questions out loud and write them down. So more of classroom activities, more of inter and intra school activities can definitely help them to come up with more curious questions and all, and use open ended questions, like start questions with why, how, where, and when, and encourage risk taking. So they shouldn't be scared about doing an activity or coming up with a thought. So there should be a risk taking ability for the students, so that their innovational thinking can be improved at a very young age, and create a culture where children are encouraged to take healthy risks. A glance at innovative ideas from the schools. So coming to the Dalmia Vidya Mandir Dalmiapuram School, which is located in Tamil Nadu, they had come up with many innovative ideas that, the entire presentation I can show it here, but we are just taking few of the very much innovative ideas. So one of that idea is like eggshell chalk, where they're making they're using the eggshell to basically to make chalks out of it. For that, they came up with the objective of utilization of the solid waste like eggshells will help create a sustainable environment by minimizing the solid waste that are disposed into the environment. So since the eggshell contains around 97% calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, calcium phosphate, and calcium organic matter, which is a perfect ingredient for making a chalk. So they have taken this as an opportunity, a waste as an opportunity, and they came up with the preparation method, and they came up with the ingredients or the materials used for this particular eggshell chalk, and also the methodology. They have clearly given the methodology how it can be made and the budget required for that, and also the benefits for the students and the society that a simple eggshell chalk can provide. And also they came up with the banana fiber sanitary napkins. They again gave the objective to make sure that the major problem is the manufacturing and clearance of sanitary pads. These pads produced by the companies are non-biodegradable and can cause complications for women. So they came up in a very organic way to make sure that this reduces air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution also. So instead of the banana waste going somewhere, it can be used for making the biodegradable pads, and the materials required are also listed. The methodology is given, and the budget required for making the pads is also given. And benefits to the students and also society has been clearly mentioned. And the next thought is gelatin plastic bags. So the clear objective is basically to reduce the plastic waste and microplastics that are creating a major problem to the environment, human health, animal health, and more. And so they came up with a solution with the gelatin plastics, which are more biodegradable. They came up with the materials required, the methodology, and the budget required for making these, and benefits for society and students again. And pencils from waste newspaper. So instead of newspaper being ended in waste in the dump yards, landfills, it can be used as an opportunity to make the pencils which are used in a school in a large number. So they came up with the statistics. They also came up with the materials used. The old generation to new generation, they came up with different thoughts, and the preparation required for that, and also the budget required for making the pencils. Yeah, and recycling flower waste as mosquito repellent. So in the previous presentation, which was given by Vanshri, in Miss Vanshri, in that they were using certain plant material for mosquito as a mosquito repellent throughout the campus. But here they are using the waste as a mosquito repellent. So they are converting all the flower waste into a mosquito repellent coils or mosquito repellent sticks. That is definitely more less harmful and more effective and less toxic to the people around. So they came up with the methodology, the budget required, and the benefits for the society and the students. And another very innovative idea they came up with is a spirulina farming project, where the spirulina is emerging as a cost-effective means of improving livestock and crop productivity in a sustainable manner to ensure food and nutritional security. So they came up with the spirulina, how it can be, what are the materials required to cultivate spirulina. It's the blue-green algae, in fact. And what is the methodology for this? And how to check spirulina, like, color and order and taste, how to check with that. They gave some ideas on that. And again, the budget required for that. And the benefits that spirulina exhibits anti-cancer, anti-diabetic, and anti-inflammatory immune and other benefits, other health benefits that it provide, and how it is 100% safe for the children. And this supplement is full of essential vitamins and minerals required for a person. So the entire process is definitely needed for the students to understand such kind of innovative cultivation can definitely help them to come up with more benefits to the society and also to themselves. And there's another school, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sector 3, Rohini, New Delhi. They came up with smart dustbin, the idea of smart dustbin, where it consists of two ultrasonic sensors, a servo motor, and a buzzer. Ultrasonic sensors are fixed at the top of the dustbin, means facing up in forth to detect when an opaque object comes in front of the ultrasonic sensors, and then servo motors open the lid. So this is basically it is observed that the students usually throw wrappers, napkins, and other platters after eating here, and there during recess, which creates a mess. To reduce that, these smart dustbins have been used. So they reduced environmental pollution, reduce overflow of dustbin, and these are the estimated cost. The investment required for that has been mentioned. The cost of the material and installation and labor. And making of a moss wall. Instead of vertical gardens, they came up with the idea of creating a moss wall. So so normally when we water the plants, water spreads all over and all over the area and will decrease its efficiency. By this thing, nutrients also get wasted. So to solve that issue, they came up with a moss wall, the method to maintain it, the benefits, and also the investment required for this moss wall. And there's another school, Tagore International School, east of Kailash. They came up with the idea of planting self-watering plants. So the idea is the student created moisture detection and self-watering plant model is an eco-friendly marvel. So they came up with the costing and the benefit that can be that is required for the self watering plants, and solar powered charging stations. So introducing a solar powered charging station for mobiles and laptops is a significant step towards sustainability. The total cost had been given for one charging station, and the total cost required for is also mentioned. And these are the solar powered charging stations that you can charge the laptops and equipment like your phones and all. And air puro, they came up with the idea of purifying the air. Air puro is basically a device capable of reducing AQI levels rapidly and is available to be purchased for a fraction of the cost of a normal air purifier. So they gave the costing of one air purifier, and total costing also they had mentioned for all the classes. And they also they have given the advantages of the air purifier and also the specifications of a air puro. And hydroponics, definitely in the previous school, like for the Welham school, also they have come up with the idea of aquaponics and hydroponics. Definitely, the soilless cultivation of vegetables or plants is definitely a very innovative thing that one have to adapt at home or school or any buildings, any projects. So implementing hydroponics at our school is another innovative step towards sustainability. So they came up with the costing and also the total costing required for the entire school, which includes the maintenance and employing a professional for the maintenance, everything, and also the setup. So this is how the hydroponics look. And tank site, so they came up with the idea of manufacturing their own tank site and used it at our school, can revolutionized waste management and sanitation practices. So fungicide is basically a biopesticide prepared from home by the home science students in the home science lab. So these kind of hands-on experiments, real-time hands-on experiments can definitely benefit the children to improve their innovative ideas and innovative thinking, and that can enhance sanitation while minimizing environmental impact. So the pest and insect control, they have been using this mix as a natural pesticide. So they need neem leaves and garlic and water. So again, they came up with the costing required for the spray bottles, components, gas, and costing per bottle, total costing and all. So these are the photos which show how they prepare the tangiside in the home science lab. And taxamin, again, this is basically a bioenzyme that can break down organic matter effectively. And the school has adopted the policy of ban on chemical cleaners. So this can be a very good alternative for that, and bioenzyme enzyme for the cleaning purpose. So again, the costing for spray bottles and other requirements, they had costed it. And for 24 pieces, again, they came up with the total costing. And this is another hands-on experiment, so which can help students to carry this knowledge to the society, to their home, and to beyond that, in fact. And they also came up with the idea of Project Re. It's an initiative where they can, the project can encourage students and staff to create reuse waste and old items like coconut shells, leather bags, etc., to craft new things. And they also came up with the idea of hydrovac. Basically this vacuum is equipped with lesser light and white light, which allows it to create a beautiful spectrum via prisms, glass slabs, and mist in the air. So again, the costing for that is given, and this is how a hydrovac is. And this is the overall budget that they came up with. So budgeting is very important, which we feel that few of the schools are missing, which we thought we will discuss that also. For the schools which had submitted the submissions. And Indirapuram Public School, that is in Ghaziabad, they came up with the idea of water quality monitoring drive for kids. So this is again another hands-on experience to the students. They have to measure the water quality and have to monitor. And there's a drive, special drive. So they plan to conduct water quality monitoring drive regularly in order to encourage the students to value the importance of clean water, which is very important. And creative and fun hygiene activities. So as a part of it, they plan to conduct these fun activities regularly in order to encourage the students and value the importance of health and hygiene, which is definitely needed. So these are very simple experiments they had come up with and the budget proposals. And innovation through green education, if you have to say, you have to let the students take risk, the healthy risk, so that they learn out of that, whether they fail or whether they win, or they have to come up with the risk, and they have to try a lot of ways to come up with the solution. They have to flip, they have to go back again, they have to start from the end, they have to come up with, the methodology they might have planned, they might have to reverse it sometimes to arrive at the solution, and also solve. At the end of the day, they should be able to solve a simple everyday problem. And also they should grow with each other approach. Definitely teamwork is definitely needed. So teams work better than an individual. So definitely this should be encouraged at the school level only, and they are going to inspire the next level of students or the next classes of students, and develop student-centric, innovative, and pre-incubation ecosystem for students, create pathways for mind to market by harnessing and hand-holding projects, like simple projects that they can come up with. Ask them, they have to take it as a real-time issue, and they should create the pathway to solve for the solution, and create a common platform to showcase, support, and upscale innovations for motivating stakeholders, as well as for an opportunity to create value for money and value for many. So they should understand the budgeting required for that. If this particular innovation goes out, how much does it cost? How much is it going to create a value for many people like them? So they have to come up with a real-time thought. And a few suggestions that we'd like to give for the presentation of the submission is the proposal and the existing green features in the school should be distinctive. In few of the submissions, what we thought is, what we observed is the existing green features are a few of the slides have this existing green features, and again there are few proposals. So there should be a distinction between the proposal and the existing green feature. So differentiate it in the way that you present, and also mark clearly that proposal 1, proposal 2, or idea 1, idea 2, idea 3 करके आप ऐसा नंबर डाल सकते हैं. And restrict to 5 sustainable health and well-being proposals. A submission with proposals less than 5 will not be considered for evaluation. So in one of the submission we saw there are only 2 proposals. There is only 1 proposal. There is only 3 proposal, which is not encouraged. Like we have given a number like 5 sustainable health and well-being proposals for a thought. So respect that and please come up with 5 sustainable health and well-being proposals, and provide budgeting. So in few of the presentations, we see the absence of budgeting. So in all the presentations innovative thoughts and all the presentations that you have seen through all these webinars, there's a clear idea of this for the school that how much budget should be allotted for that particular idea that they or the proposal that they're coming up with. So provide budgeting, as budgeting is one of the key factors or features to evaluate the proposal. So we definitely want to see the budgeting and make the presentations more presentable and innovative to understand the idea proposed in a much better way. So the presentations should speak by themselves. So except the top 3 schools, the rest of the schools who are like the next top 5 schools will be evaluated based on the presentation. So all the schools have to aim at making presentable PPTs, which can definitely speak out your ideas, speak out your students' ideas. So give more detailing at the same time, make sure that they are more communicated through your presentation. Thank you. Now Zoya will be presenting on the Green Your School program. If any school that is coming up.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, Zoya.
Hi. Everyone. Just a second. Yeah, is my screen visible?
It is visible.
Yeah. So good afternoon, everyone.
Zoya, there's an issue with the mic, I think. Can you please unmute yourself?
I'm unmuted. Is it working now?
Yeah, it's working now.
Yeah. So I will let you go all through the program, IGBC Green Year School program, which is supported by Carrier along with the implementing partner IGBC and United Way Delhi. So as you all know, and I think you all must have registered already. So you all know the process of registration and what is the program. So this time today, I will let you know go through few of the evaluation criteria only and the methodology. In this 18th edition, what we did is we circulated the information to schools, like this Green Year School program is open. All you have registered already at our website now. What is missing from many of the school site is the presentation that needs to be submitted at our website. So I would request you all to submit and develop the ideas, 5 sustainable ideas, and submit this presentation on our website. How to upload the presentation? You need to log in to your school profile page through the number through which you have registered. Once you will log in at your page, then you will find the tab there to upload your presentation. And there are few of the things are mentioned there, like you need to submit few documents. Many schools have a query like query regarding ATG 12A. So the ATG and 12A are the certificates that are provided to the not-for-profit organization or the trust or the society by the income tax department to exempt themselves from the income tax. Like once you supposedly if you are the winner for the this IGBC Green Year School program, then we will give you the grant amount to implement those ideas. So to implement those idea and to receive that grant amount, your school should be eligible for this IGB, this 12A and ATG to receive the grant. So 12A and ATG are the two certificates which allow you to receive the grant. So your school or your finance team or admin team can help you know through this that your school have the 12A or ATG or not. Manisha, is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible. It's there on methodology. Yes.
Yeah. So this is the overall methodology. Then once you will upload the some presentation, our team will start evaluating those PPT. As Manisha already said that during the evaluation, we saw that few of the presentation have only one idea, two idea, or they have not budgeted the amount. So I would that to follow the template that are given to you in the email, you need to propose 5 ideas, and that should be innovated. And practical in implementation, you need to propose a budget as well for those ideas. Only based on these criteria, we can shortlist your school. Once we will start shortlisting, then we will held a pre-jury on 22nd of October to shortlist top 20 school. From that top 20 school in the jury, we will select top 8 school, and then our result will be announced on our website. So if any one of you have any query regarding the process, regarding the registration, submission, anything, then you can go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am, I have a query here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have mentioned that these are the two certifications which are required to be eligible for the grant in case our school wins. That is 12A and ATG, right?
Yes, yes.
So this is a later process, right? The first thing is to upload the PPT, and
Yes, yes.
at later stage,
Yes, this
once
is
the
a
school
later
is
process.
eligible,
Yes.
then we
Yes,
will have to
yes.
show this. Right now, we don't have to upload this document anywhere, right?
No, no, no. Right now, you don't have to upload this document, but you
But
need
we
to
should
keep
have
that
it ready.
document ready. Yes,
All
keep that
right.
document ready.
Thank you
Then
so much.
once, in case you are shortlisted, then we will immediately ask you for these documents. These are the due diligence process that we do to give you the grant.
So these two are, ma'am, 12A and ATG. They are called
Yes.
this only?
There is the list of 9 documents. The mandatory document are 12A and ATG.
Okay, okay, thank
We
you.
will send out the email to the winners once we shortlist the winners. So we send out the email for the due diligence document. So we are providing this information beforehand to so that school can keep those documents ready.
Okay, thank you.
Someone from Chirag school, the Chirag from the Global Ed school, have a doubt.
Yes, ma'am. I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, so our school has proposed like some 12 small ideas, which are very impactful, like small ones. So is that fine if we just put all of them in the PPT?
Yes, yes, you can.
Like just 12.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh, Tyagi, Mr. Tyagi.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Please.
Ma'am, actually, I have uploaded presentation, but I have 12A. I have 12A certificate with me, but ATG is not applicable with my school for my school. So what next for me?
Sir, we will send out the email if your school is shortlisted. In the replacement of the document, we can talk this at the later stage in alignment with our finance team. If you do not have ATG, then what document you can submit in place of that.
So
For
other
now,
documents are
just
also there.
upload the yeah. For now, just upload the presentation on our website.
I have uploaded already presentation,
Okay,
but
then
12
it's
is
fine.
there with me, but ATG is not there. So whenever you are required with ATG, and if it's not with us, then you will share another document, right? You will
Yeah,
ask for
we will
another
let
document.
you know
Okay.
the another process what can be followed in that case.
Okay, once we are selected, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Sharmishta. Sharmishta Vardhan. Yes, Miss Padmini Agarwal.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Please tell me.
Ma'am, this is the first time we are registering for the IGBC Green Schools. So right now we have submitted the idea and are present in the given website. So whatever the process will take place will be after the selection only, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The process have to be followed after your selection.
So you will be guiding us regarding the process, no, ma'am, after once we are selected.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
We will guide you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Miss Sharmishta Vardhan. Yes, someone have a doubt. The name is given as 495. The number, it's a number. You can unmute yourself and ask the question. Sheila ma'am.
Yes, good morning, ma'am. I
Good
just have a
morning.
query. So, 20 schools will be shortlisted, right? On 22nd October, that only 20 schools' names will be revealed. This for the round one. Then again, from the 20 schools, you will shortlist the top 5 schools.
Yeah, top 8 schools.
8 schools. So, 22nd October, you will reveal the top 8 schools. That will be the result day.
No, that is a jury day for all the schools that
That is the jury.
had submitted. Yes.
Okay. And it will be announced once this school is shortlisted, we will be getting an email, right?
Yes, yes. We'll contact you and we'll also send an email.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Um, so someone, Sharmishta Vardhan, I was unable to speak. My issue was that my school had already uploaded its presentation, but we have put forth only 3 sustainable ideas. Is it okay? No, Sharmishta, you have to come up with a minimum of 5 sustainable health and well-being ideas. So re-upload it, work on your presentation and re-upload it by October 10th. There's one more query which they're typing. What's the last date for submission? October 10th.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, Padmini Agarwal.
Ma'am, do we have to pay any amount for the certification program?
No, 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 not required. It's a free registration and free submission. Yes,
Okay.
Varsha. Miss Varsha, there is an issue with your audio. Can you please type it? Someone had mentioned, as my school is located in rural area, will there be any disadvantage on my side? No, no, no. Please don't think like that. We always want to encourage any school that is coming up with good innovative ideas. So please don't think that whether you are a rural school or whether the school is located in a society location doesn't matter. The only ideas and the zeal to make a school green is required here. Please don't think like that. So in case if anyone is having any doubts, you can definitely write to us. And if anyone is having, okay, and my school is new and have less students per now. We just need only 3 students who are coming up with ideas. So it's more than enough. 3 students are more than enough. If anyone wants to ask any more question, you can definitely write to us or ask now.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Madam, it is compulsory to expend PPT for all schools, ma'am.
You have to present the PPT, right? You have to submit the PPT.
Yes, ma'am. I already submitted, but there is mentioned I have to come at Bangalore and explanation the PPT. No?
No, that is for only for the top 3 schools who are selected, and we will, arrange for everything, your food, travel, accommodation, everything for a single day where you have to come on the day 0 and you have to present the submission or present the PPT to the jury
Okay, ma'am.
of Green Your School program. That will be for only top 3 schools who will be selected, and we will inform them definitely.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, please, everyone, please note that this program is free of cost. You don't have to submit any fees, any amount for the registration, for the submission, or if you have to come for the pre-jury to present your idea, then also you do not have to spend any single amount. Everything will be beared by us.
We are actually pasting the WhatsApp groups here in the chat box. So kindly join to those WhatsApp groups so that any information related to Green Your School will be posted in that. So apart from the mails, this is another mode of communication that we are doing from our end. So please be active there. Please join those groups.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Rekha ji.
Ma'am, I want to know whether we can present the existing ideas for the proposal.
No, the existing ideas you can showcase, but you have to come up with 5 ideas which you wanted to implement in the school. 5 sustainable health and well-being ideas that you wanted to implement in your school. So if you showcasing your existing features, that is a different thing which you can definitely do. We are encouraging that. But apart from that, the ideas should be separate. That is what I mentioned in the first point also, that there should be a distinction between the existing ideas and the 5 proposed ideas that you are coming up with.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, then, ma'am, as all my ideas are proposed, so do I need write proposal in front of all of those? Yeah, please mention it. Proposal idea or idea number 1, proposal number 1, like that. Okay, so yeah, I think in case
Okay.
if the participants are having any doubts or any queries, you can definitely write to me, Lubna, or Zoya at any time. We can definitely answer you. Thank you so much for participating in this
Thank you.
webinar.
And
Yeah,
would request everyone to submit the ideas as soon as possible because 2 days are
Yes.
left only.
Yes, we highly recommend that to present or submit the presentations at the earliest by today, tomorrow maximum. And beyond that, the site will not take the presentation, take the submission. So please keep this in mind and kindly submit at the earliest.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for participating.
Ma'am.